to my channel. Today is the first video in a new series that I'm playing around with. Not entirely sure what I'm calling it, but basically the gist of it is I'm taking categories such as shoes, bags, ready-to-wear accessories, and choosing my 3 best luxury purchases from that category and my 3 worst luxury purchases within that category. We are of course starting with my favourite, which is shoes, because ultimately I am a shoe girl, and I have managed to pull, and it was really hard, 3 shoes for each of the categories. I am going to start with the positive and start with my 3 best luxury shoes, and I'm going to kick off with the Manolo Blahnik Hangisi, which I feel like I've talked about a lot across the blog and across my channel. I adore these shoes. Not only are they iconic, as per the Sex and the City movie, where Mr. Big proposed to Carrie Bradshaw with a blue pair, they are also comfortable. They also work really well day to night. And also there are so many different colour options, heel height, buckle styles, that even though you do see them around a lot, you know that yours is quite unique, because to get your combination in a particular colour with a particular heel height with a particular buckle means that actually it is a bit more individual. Now, a few bits of advice. I'm sure I've spoken about this before, so I'm going to whiz through it really quickly, but I will link my shoe clear out where I did talk about it in a bit more depth in the description bar below if you want to catch it and get a bit more info on these shoes. But basically, I like to go for a bright colour. I think these shoes should pop. I also, just because I'm not a heel girl, I like the lower heel height. I have this heel height, and then I have the heel height that's a little bit higher than this, and those are my fuchsia pink pair. Now, I think the heel height that my pink pair is, and I wish I could remember what it is, but I will write it on the screen for you. I think that's the perfect height. It is easy to wear during the day. I can't wear heels during the day. I'm not somebody that can walk around them all day long, but those particular shoes in that particular heel height, I can wear during the day. But also they give you enough lift that you can also wear them in the evening with a dress. So really, really recommend these. And I think they're comfortable. I have quite a wide foot, so I tend to size true to size, except on my pink pair, which has the slightly higher heel height, and I went down half a size. And I think it is common for people with sort of regular width feet or narrow feet to size down. So I think these do as a whole come up a little bit on the big side. But yeah, definitely love those. Really recommend them. Choosing my shoes for the best category was much harder than choosing my shoes for the worst category. So I did want to say that hot contenders in replacement to the Hangisi were any Gianvito Rossi pump, which is such a comfortable heel. If you want a daytime heel, they're classic pumps, unbelievably comfortable. And the other one that I thought deserved a mention was I got a pair of Balenciaga heels. I'll put a picture of them on the screen, that are unbelievably comfortable, and I thought they deserved like a little bit of an honourable mention. So those, but the Manolo Blahnik wins hands down. Next, I'm going to go on to something a bit more suitable for the day, I suppose, and it is, shoes. These boots, you'll recognise them. They've been done to death. The Chloe Susanna boot. I absolutely adore them, and yes, they've been around for 10 years, and yes, they've been overdone, and yes, we're all probably sick to death of them, but there's a reason they've become such a classic staple. They go with everything. They look great with jeans, they look great with skirts, they look great with dresses, with shorts, anything they look fantastic with, and they look great winter or summer. Like, I love these shoes with a really summery, frilly white dress, and I think they look beautiful. So really recommend those, and they're comfortable. I bought the wrong size, unfortunately, in these denim ones, so I had to break them in a little bit. But this one, which was the right size for me, which is a 36, which is my usual size, from the moment I wore them, they were sheer perfection and so comfortable. These are a 35.5, so they are half size too small, which is probably why they were a little bit uncomfortable. But really, really, really recommend them. They are expensive, but they do now go on sale. So if you can grab them for half price, then I highly recommend it. Try not to pay the full whack, because I think they are maybe £900 full price. So if you can get them for 50% off, then they are a steal, I assure you. And I did almost, it was a toss-up between the Chloe Susanna boot and my Givenchy biker boots, which I absolutely adore and I wear all the time. I will put a picture on the screen so you can see them. But the reason I went for the Chloe Susanna is that they are much more, as I mentioned, cross-seasonal. So you can wear them any time of the year. Whereas I feel like the Antigona, the Givenchy biker boots, although you can wear them in the summer, they are a little bit heavier and they are a little bit more wintry. So the Chloe Susanna won that one. And then finally, I really wouldn't be discussing favourites if I didn't talk about Dior, because we all know I'm a Dior obsessive. I absolutely love the Dior sling bag. This is my second pair. I also have the nude patent pair in flats, which I have worn to death. They have been to the cobbler twice because I have literally worn them out from wearing them so much. They did require a little bit of breaking in, and these I've only just got, and they will also require a little bit of breaking in. But again, that's purely probably down to the fact that, as I mentioned, I have quite a wide foot, so I just need to stretch them out. But they are such a great shoe, and when I have broken them in, unbelievably comfortable. So really, really, really recommend those. And they come in loads of different colorways. So as I mentioned, I've got the flat, which I love. And actually the flats are so elegant. I wear them with dresses on a night out, no problem at all. And I don't feel like I need a lift. Like I feel like they are beautifully elegant and they work fine in the evening. However, I did buy this pair, which is the kitten heel height. And I think this is the perfect heel height for, day to night. So I'm really looking forward to getting my wear out of these, and I'm sure I will. I'm sure I'll wear them for special occasions, but I'm also sure I'll just wear them with jeans during the day when I'm running around town. They do a higher heel height. I can't remember. I feel like it's 80 mil. It's quite high, too high for me to wear during the day. But if you are a heel person, I've heard they're comfortable. So really recommend those. I would, just because I've had the nude and I know how the nude goes with everything, if you're getting your first pair, I would recommend the nude over perhaps some of the more, even over black, but also some of the more embellished designs that they've since brought out, because the nude literally goes with absolutely everything. And again, I did have a few other shoes which were in competition with the Dior sling bag, including the Gucci loafer. I almost put that in, the Gucci Horsebite loafer. I think they're great, unbelievably comfortable, mold to your feet. So they deserve a little bit of an honourable mention. And also Chanel ballet pumps, just the classic ballet flats. Love those, wear those all the time. And if this had been perhaps my 5 best luxury shoe purchases, I definitely think the Chanel ballet flats would have featured in the collection. But I had to whittle it down to 3. I'm now going to move on to perhaps the less happy side, the purchases that I have not got on with very well. I am going to start with these. I have talked about these before on my channel, about how unbelievably, cripplingly uncomfortable these are. These are the Christian Louboutin Pigalle Follies. Beautiful shoe, stunning colour. I really bought them because I just thought this patent Barbie pink was just beautiful, and I still think they're beautiful, but I can't wear them. These are the kind of shoes you put on your foot and immediately they are uncomfortable. Like, it's not like 2 hours in they start to hurt. They hurt the minute you put them on. It's just the way that this arch has been constructed, and also the very low cut toe box I think digs in. They're just, they're a sexy shoe, but I would rather be the most unsexy being ever as long as I'm comfortable. I am a comfort first kind of gal. And then I'm going to do these, and it pains me to talk about these as a worst luxury shoe category, because I love Sofia Webster, and people that have perhaps been reading the blog for a while will know I love Sofia Webster shoes and her bags. I think she's a great designer. I think she designs with a lot of fun, and she designs with a great sense of humour. I think, you know, these shoes just in itself, like with the little flamingos and the pom-poms, they make you smile. Her shoes make you smile. However, her shoes are just not designed for somebody who has feet like me. I have very small feet, but yes, very wide feet. And so it's always the case that this is way, 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 way too narrow for me. And they just pinch and they hurt and I can't wear them. I really love her Chiara sandals, which is the ones with the butterfly wings on the back. I can put in a picture if you don't know the ones that I mean. And I love those shoes, and I've bought them a couple of times, and then I've always had to return them, just because as soon as I put them on, I just think, yeah, I'm not going to last more than 40 minutes in these shoes because they just really pinch. So if you have wide feet, I would avoid Sofia Webster at all costs. When it comes to her strappy sandals, I do have some boots from her, which I'm fine with. I've also had some of her trainers, and they're not a problem. But the strappy sandals for a wide foot, they just don't work. And then finally, we have another gorgeous pair of shoes. And again, it pains me to say that these were not the best luxury purchase. However, they are impossible to walk in. And I think it's telling that all of the shoes I've picked in my worst category are heels. You know, so these, it may not apply to you. You may think these are great shoes if you are somebody that can really easily walk around in a heel. But for me, walking around in this YSL heel is really, really difficult. I really struggle with it. And while I think that this is an incredible feat of engineering, I don't think that they are incredible when it comes to the comfort and ease of wear. So my Saint Laurent Opium Pumps also go in my worst shoe category. However, I do think they're works of art, and I have them on my little shelving unit, and I look at them and admire them. So, you know, if you're buying shoes for art, they're great, but if you're buying shoes to wear, perhaps not. And that is the final one in the worst category. So I have to say, on the whole, I think I've done pretty well when I buy my shoes. There weren't many that I hated and I did, or haven't got on with. Hate's a strong word, but haven't got it on with. And I think definitely, as I said, it's interesting that they're all heels. So maybe in the future, maybe I will break this category down into flats or into heels, sandals, trainers, if the series, goes down well and if you enjoy it. So do let me know if you'd like to see more, and please give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, and do subscribe for plenty more videos from me. See you later.